When everybody hears that you are a solo cruiser, they automatically think you are an extrovert. And that is not the case. Hey everybody, it's Brandon the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend. And to be a solo cruiser, you don't have to be an extrovert. You can absolutely be an introvert, or you can be like me and be somewhere in between. It depends on the mood that I wake up that morning, on if I want to be around people or I don't want to be around people. So the last weekend cruise here on Freedom of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, we had a sea day. So Coco Cay was closed for renovations, and we did not go to Coco Cay. Instead, we did a sea day and we did Nassau, and I woke up in an introverted mood. And so I thought, what a better way than to share with you all some of the hiding spots, if you will, on a sea day that you can get away from people, especially here on Freedom of the Seas. Lots of these places are going to be throughout the entire fleet, but this will be more Freedom of the Seas based, or Freedom class, if you will, for the places you can go to escape and get away from some of the crowds, even on a sea day. Let's start out with my first option here, and I think this is my favorite option to escape the crowds, is going to deck number 4. Now you're going to know this as your embarkation deck, your muster station, where the lifeboats are at, or the walking track on deck number 4. It is a great place to escape the crowds because most people don't think about going to this deck. They've got chairs up against the wall that you can sit at. They've got lounge chairs there. You can even move these around. They don't have to stay up against the wall. If you want to get a little creative, you can bring those up to the main railing so you're closer to the water and you can hear the ocean even better. If the ship is turned correctly, you might even be able to get some sun, but most of the time you're going to be able to stay comfortably in the shade on deck number 4 with no issues whatsoever. Just be cautious that depending on your personal preferences, the port side of deck number 4 is the smoking side of deck 4. So if you are a smoker, you might want to hang out over there. And if you want to stay away from smoke, you'd want to stay over on the starboard side. Remember, left is 4 letters and so is port. So the left side of the ship when looking forward is going to be your port side. The second option and place that you can go is going to be the lounges on the ship. During a sea day, the lounges are closed. There's no bar open, and so it's not going to bring in the people. They're all up on deck number 11, getting their sun by the pool and enjoying the pool bar. So these lounges are fair game for anybody who wants to get away from the crowd, enjoy some quietness, but stay in the comfort of being in the air conditioner. So think of Belleros, think of Schooner Bar, think of Vintages. Even the Windjammer, when it's closed, granted on a sea day, I think there's people always in there. You can even hang out in the Windjammer in the main dining room as long as you're staying out of the way. The third place that you can go is deck 13 forward. Now you'll walk up to deck 12 where the walking track is, and you'll see a staircase outside leading to deck number 13. And this is going to have plenty of seats even on a sea day. So it's got like wrapped around. You've got some barriers to break the wind so it doesn't get too cold or too breezy up there, even though it is all the way forward. And you're going to have really good sun that you're able to get there. They're even going to have a secret, I call it secret because not many people know about it, shade spot that's up there. So if you want to get into the shade, this is also going to be a great place that you can go and hang out. However, the noise up here, to me, is a little bit bothersome. It's got an intake fan for the ship of some kind. I don't know what's going on there, but it's constantly sucking in air, and it makes a good bit of noise. So you're going to have a little bit of white noise going on, which isn't bad because the second con here, if you're trying to get away from people, is Freedom Dunes, or the putt-putt facility, is also going to be up here on deck 13 forward. That is clearly going to bring a ton of kids, and with kids, you just get a certain level of noise that's going to come with that. But the intake or the exhaust is going to really help cut into some of that. But it's a great spot to get away from the crowds. The fourth place most people don't think about if you're trying to escape the crowds or just find a lounge chair is going to be the sports deck. Yes, there are lounge chairs up at the sports deck and places you can get away from people. If you are hanging out directly beside of the flow rider, the rock climbing wall, the basketball court, it will be busy, but they've got chairs there that you can definitely find. The secret spot to go, though, is if you walk down the stairs directly behind the flow rider, they've got a wraparound section on the aft part of the ship that nobody ever goes to. It is always quiet. You can hear the music from the flow rider, which I personally enjoy, but you won't have a lot of people around you, and you'll be guaranteed to find a lounge chair. And the fifth and final spot here, and this is also probably one of my favorite ones, is going to be your Diamond Lounge or Suite Lounge if you have access to the Suite Lounge. Here on a Freedom class ship, you're even going to have an outdoor space in the lounges, but during the day, there is nobody that goes to the lounges, whether it's Diamond or Suite. and you can have your pick of where to sit. You can even go sit outside. They've got some comfortable chairs, especially on the suite side. They do have some enhanced chairs over there with nice cushions, places to sit, and you can look down onto the sports court. Great people watching, good place to get away, read a book, and if you get too hot or you want something to eat, just swing on into the lounge and they're going to have you taken care of. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping you too can find your introvert happy place on your next weekend cruise.